Well, I think that my whole business life is about my background, because what I'm doing is that I kind of try to repair on the failures that I have lived in my childhood. I mean, I was raised in a family where good eating meant nothing. I mean, the vegetables were boiled many years ago, and nobody knew who produced your food. And I felt alienated. Whereas what I learned in France was that a meal can connect you with the people who grow your food, and with the people who lived in this place before, and those who will live here in the future. So the meal can achieve a great meaning and become a unique moment where you can be touched deeply and feel the quality of your life growing, and you can be touched upon your heart, and all those qualities and values are at stake when you kind of design your own food culture or the food culture in your community. So whatever I'm doing, it's about repairing on what I learned in my childhood, hoping that that children in the future will get a better start in their lives. My father, he was an entrepreneur. So, I mean, I helped him when I was 12 and 13 years old. I ran from house to house and handed out commercials. So this idea of fighting, he fought for what he believed in. And he was not afraid of hard work. And I think this is also my attitude towards working. But of course, we've got very different values. My father's ideology was that you should just wake up in the morning and do everything a little more efficiently than you did yesterday. To him, it was about improving your fundamental material qualities and trying to get more wealthy than your father was. Whereas my values are much more inspired by or from the year I spent in France and my spiritual father, Guy Sverdsud in Gascony, than from my real father. My father was more about working hard and working smart, which is of course important. Whereas my spiritual father, he was a lazy boy. He was a talented pastry chef, one of the best who has ever lived in France. But he was lazy. He just spent most of his money playing on horses and football games, and he was kind of obsessed by repeating romantic recipes from his grandfather and keeping them alive, no matter how many hours it took to make a certain chocolate cake. So of course I'm a little more realistic, but the visions and the dreams and the values that I have in my life, they come from Guy. He said to me when I was 21 years old, he said, "Claus, promise me that whatever you do, you have to love it." And then I asked him what he meant with loving what I'm doing. Then that you believe in it, and that you feel that this is important, and what you are fighting for is beyond how many money you earn on it. So you must love it truly, what you are doing. And I think I could never ever help anybody become the richest entrepreneur in the world. Then you must go to somebody else to get advice. But I think I would be pretty good at helping somebody become a happy entrepreneur who, when he or she stands at the end of his or her life, sits with the feeling that I really contributed to a better world, to a better life, and I'm happy. I might not be a billionaire, but I did something good. My children are proud of me, and I loved it all the way along. So to me, that is so important, that you don't just fight like shit to achieve a certain goal, 500% top line increase in 8 years, but that you wake up in the morning and you really believe in the tasks that you are going to deal with.